God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic. Huzzah!
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
So long, gay boys!
Cause we're boring!
Woke.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Nerdrotic.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nerdrotic Nooner. My name is Gary Beekler. I come from my mom's vagina, and I run a channel called Nerdrotic. And we got quite a day today. Bob Iger exposed again, and again. The Fantastic Four has been cast, a cast that we knew about for at least 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, something like that. We showed it on it's been cast for quite some time. It's no coincidence that they announced that cast on the day Madam Web comes out. I just want to put that out there. They didn't wait for a convention or anything. They wanted to put it out on the day that Madam Web comes out. And Madam Web is going to create a national divorce day between all the husbands who take their wives to Madam Web. That would be me.
Uh-oh, Gary.
God, 2 hours. How are you going to survive?
It's 2 hours long, dude.
Oh, my God.
Oh, so we're starting early because I have to go see Madam Web. Yeah, it's going to be super fun. How you doing, Chris? Oh, you have some news. X-Ray Girl's dad has seen something.
Oh, that's right. X-Ray Girl's dad, that would be Ing the Merciless, Alan Ing, saw Dune Part 2. I said, call me right after you get out of the screening, and he did. We had a good conversation. He can't really talk about it, but he's earlier, because I texted a couple of people I know who saw it. Everyone's giving it high praise. There are some changes that This whole thing about the Chani being the girl boss, not bullshit. Total BS. Sorry. BS. That's not the case. She is as portrayed in the book. She's a warrior, whatnot, but she doesn't take over it's Paul Atreides' movie. But there are some other minor changes that might bother me because I love the book. I don't think anyone else is going to notice. And I understand. I had a whole conversation with Nerd Cookies last night, just over DM on Twitter, talking about this change. And it's like, well, I understand why they did it, but it's setting up the third movie. There's going to be Dune Messiah, the third film. So yeah, no, he says it's great. It's epic. It's a war film. He says, I think, but you never know what's going to hit, right? Like, will this make $1 billion or get close or 700? Who knows how this is going to do? But I think the studio is really confident.
Yeah, we'll have to see those pre-sales.
I've looked. It's. But also, Southern California, home team. Like most of the screenings are like packed for the weekend. It's looking good.
How about Madam Web? How about those?
Well, Madam Web is dead. I mean, normally, like if anything opens in IMAX, I'm seeing it in IMAX on Thursday. Actually, with Baggage Claim is coming to Burbank. So there you go. Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna be a
so
big.
jealous.
You've been to our meetups, right?
Yeah.
So that meetup has just grown and grown. And so we're all going to see Madam Web, but boy, it is like the IMAX theater is maybe 15% full, 20%. So it's like it's not like one seat, but you're looking going like not a lot of people are going to see this at the prime screening time.
It's almost like a private theater for you guys then.
It is. It is, which I can
Exciting.
I'm excited because I can yell out, and feel free to do this if you want. If you
Show
go
us
to
your
an AIM
tits.
Yes, you got to do it. You got to time it exactly right. So when Nicole Kidman, like she has this beat, this pause, you have to yell out, "Are your nipples hard?" And she says, "They are." And
Yes.
the audience just burst out laughing. So there you go. Now, don't leave. I don't want to be the only person that always.
Yeah,
does
you
it.
do. Yeah, you do.
I definitely am going to do that next time I'm in a movie.
Rocky
theater.
Horror that shit. Do it.
I'm just like, are your nipples hard? Just please make this a thing. So there you go.
There you go.
Alan saw Dune. I am actually seeing Dune Part 2. Actually, I'll see it on the 20th. So on the 21st, we can talk about it. So that'll be interesting. I'll be able to talk about it actually a week from today on the Nooner. I'll be able to talk about it with you.
Excellent. That is excellent. I get to see it 5 days after that.
Yeah. So it's like, it's all, yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
It's going to be really cool.
People.
Hello, X-ray Agoo.
Oh, hello. I know I've been wearing the same sweater for the last 3 live streams with you, but I actually...
The chat never notices stuff like that, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, they do.
Okay, no. It looks like I don't change, but realistically, I only have one sweater. So I'm excited. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm not going to watch the film. Unfortunately, the theater is very far away, and I'm actually really scared to go by myself. But I'm excited to not watch Madam Web.
Oh,
Enjoy, Gary.
There's ways we can probably have you watch it.
I know.
I'm not going to get out of it that easy.
Yeah, you need to help her.
But I did wear pink for Valentine's Day.
Oh God. There you go. Chat's not going to notice that either. Jeez. Yeah. So let's start. Let's just start out with the Star Trek thing, right? Star Trek put out a Star Trek
want to
short.
do this? Do you want to do this to your audience, Gary?
Well, I mean,
Valentine's Day?
If they want to run away, they could come back as opposed to doing it in the middle of the show. There's still people rolling in. So
okay.
I think,
well, I don't want to ruin the show, but
so Star Trek short. It's a Star Trek short. So is it the shorts that they used to put up behind the paywall? That were some of the oh God, it's animated. Okay. Oh God.
Okay, so this is from the official Star Trek.
Is Riker gonna make out with Sulu? Are they gonna have?
Wait a second.
Okay.
The official Star Trek YouTube channel has 127,000 subscribers. Is that right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Wow.
So this popped up on my feed. It is called Love on Your Duty Roster. It's a sing-along, and it's the Star Trek shorts. It is Valentine's Day themed.
They are probably gonna hit us
What's
for
that?
this. They're probably gonna hit us for this, just so you know. But it's okay.
Should we not show it then?
We should show a little bit of it.
We
Okay.
can clip it out for the re-up.
I always clip it out whenever I get hit. I just clip it out immediately. So that's the benefit of watching the show live.
There you go.
You get stuff that you don't get. Yeah. But if you want to, just tell me when to pause, Gary.
Chiker. Yeah.
No, but it's cool.
Weren't you just in the chat for Geeks and Gamers Daily saying that celebrating your birthday for a month is for chikes?
Okay. No. Okay, let me explain the context.
Is that where that came from? I saw that in the chat.
All right, wait. Let me explain. I watch Geeks and Gamers Daily. I'm a frequent viewer. And they mentioned that Beardo and Drunk 3PO celebrate their birthday for a month.
Like chicks, by the way.
Like chicks. That is not a thing a man does.
No.
A man is like, it's my birthday. sure, you can buy me a drink. We don't care. I mean, real men just don't care about their birthdays.
Yeah, real men don't go,
right.
I was born. It's time to celebrate me for a month. Let's go.
Right. To me, that's like a red flag. It's a red flag for me in dating where it's like, it's my birthday month. It's my birthday week. It's my birth. You get one birthday. It's on a day. And that's your birthday. And that's what you get. So the fact that like Beardo and Drunk 3PO are so excited. So I dictate a lot of my posts.
Dictate.
I dictate. So I just sort of, and it came out as Chikes. And I didn't mean it. And I said,
and
chicks,
Gore has written new internet lore because now it's going to be
When
Chikes
you
forever.
dictate,
That's how Frank
fat
Gore.
fingers, right?
Chikes. All right. But all I was trying to point out is that only chicks care about their birthday month. This is my month. We're going to celebrate me. Look, confirm. I'm sure that like Simpcast, you know, because they talk about a lot of things that never come up on streams with all men, right? Like a lot of
plastic
stuff.
surgery and buttholes.
It's mostly boobs and food and plastic surgery.
Vaginas. It's just, but it's so like that's a chick thing. So when I hear like a guy that's like, it's my birthday month, I'm like, dude, you're a guy. Let me know the day it's your birthday. I'll buy you a beer. That's what a man does. So when I heard that, I thought it was hilarious, but then I started something. So there we go.
Want to be?
What are we doing?
We're gonna watch this as much as we can, as long as we can.
All right, tell me when to pause, Gary, and
we'll do.
I'm sharing the audio.
Did you share the audio? Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
I think I don't know. Tell me if I'm doing it right. Here we go.
It doesn't matter your species, if you're old generation or new, if you're animated on 2s or 6s, love is the answer.
Hit it, Scotty.
It doesn't matter if you're OG or new.
What?
If your skin is magenta or blue. You call yourself Ferengi or Klingon. Life's a party to bring on. A party, let your love spread like it's discovery.
Stop it. Just pause it for a moment, just so I can pause it for a moment.
Sorry, Gary.
I just need to like take that in for a second. Oh, what the
First of all,
fuck is that?
Okay, I loved the old Star Trek animated show.
Sure.
I loved it as a kid. It was so close to like when the original Star Trek came out that they used the same writers, so the scripts are really good. I mean, a lot of people consider the animated series canon, and you know, there's an attempt to redo that series where they're going to take the audio and just do 3D rendered version. Anyways, that's been in the works.
Stop, Paramount, stop trying to make New Trek happen. No one will remember it in 5 minutes, much less 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years, or 50 years. That's why we still go back to Kirk and Spock. We still go back to Picard. We're still talking about Deep Space Nine. No one will be talking about a single moment of Kurtzman Trek outside of Picard season 3 being 7 out of 10. That's about it.
Right.
Stop. Just fucking stop. You're killing it.
The other thing is,
it's dead already. Sorry.
There's a montage of couples.
Oh boy.
Just be very observant about what couples they choose to include.
It doesn't matter if you're they, them, or non-binary. Are we going to get that?
There's coded language, let's just say. When they say love boldly, they're not talking about, just why? Okay. All right, should we watch the rest? Or
yes, let's go.
Okay, here we go. Just
sorry,
tell me when to
audience.
stop. My apologies. I got my finger on the pause button.
Chike Trek.
What? Okay,
Chike Trek.
here we go.
It's Chike Trek.
Here we go.
Kick out with love on your duty roster.
Ugh. Oh, fuck off!
Yeah, did you see that? Let me
Fuck.
back it up. There's your couples dancing. This is what they think of Star Trek now.
Fuck off!
That's what I thought too. Dude, this is just and by the end it's all rainbows and you'll see.
Do you know a lot of fan fiction comes from the slash fiction. There's fan fiction before this, but
Dude, yeah,
The
I
urban-
knew about Kirk and Spock's fanfic like way back in the 70s.
Slash fic. And what it
Slash
is yeah, it's slash fiction, and it's basically an old pervert chick with just that's just pervin. It's a fetish. It's a fetish. And it's fine as a fetish relegated to the corners and the darkness spaces of lonely women with a lot of cats who need to write stuff because they want Spock and Kirk to be gay. But that should never become Star Trek, and that's what it has.
This is from the official Star Trek YouTube channel. So,
oh my God.
Released on Valentine's Day.
Hit play again. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. All right, should we
Let's go. We started it, we got to end it. What the fuck?
Oh my, oh shy, oh cry, oh pie, oh my, oh shy,
Oh my God, did they just jizz on his face? Go rewind that. Did he just get the pie was like a bunch of just jizz on his face? Look at that. Jesus.
Why?
Oh my God.
Why? Because insecure people need everybody to be like them because they're insecure because they're not okay with themselves. If we want to get into the deep, real why of the subject.
Oh my God. There's a line I don't want to say, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Say it.
Not even girls like that stuff, I don't think.
Wait, repeat that slowly.
No. I snorted.
You did. It's a cream pie. Of sorts. It's a cream pie. On fucking Star Trek. I can hear Robert Meyer Burnett having an aneurysm right now.
Oh my God, I love Rob. Yeah.
Dave Cullen's already making a video.
I mean, I don't even know what to say, Gary. Don't worry, it gets worse by the end.
Oh, let's go. Let's just see it
Okay.
through.
Keep
Acceleration.
going. All right,
Let's go.
Let's go.
oh my, oh shy, oh cry, oh why if you wanna live long and prosper, pick up with love on your duty roster. Space is indifferent and cold. It's up to us to love and to live home. Live home. Live home.
Wait, look at this. The
4
Live
lines
Home.
of that.
And look at the okay, so there's the little captioning that they do, not the closed captioning, but the captioning they do on this for the words, the sing-along. Those colors are very specific, aren't they? The purple and the
Very, very specific colors in the background saying live bold.
Live bold.
Not so secret agendas with Star Trek. There's a reason, there's a rule, there's no fraternization at work or in the military. But they're telling you to go F somebody on your duty roster. Or F somebody in their duty roster. I don't know.
Oh my God. All right. Well, there's about 20 more seconds if you want to finish it.
Let's might as well.
I'm sorry. I love you guys.
Aw, I'm sorry too. We love you.
You're so cool and you get to use the coolest modern tech.
I mean, you're icons, the originals. Plus, you're really hot.
Oh my.
Yeah, I'm with the Klingons. Freaking blow them up.
Dude, that is just like
That's Star Trek.
it's Star Trek.
That's Star Trek.
The one thing I do kind of like is Riker in the animated, that style. I kind of like that. That was like, oh, this could be cool. And they're kind of merging. It's like, all right, whatever. And then it's, oh my God. The cream pie. You got a cream pie. You got, what do you even say now? Like,
What do you say? R.I.P.
Oh
Star
my.
Trek. Yeah, R.I.P. Star Trek. That's what you say. Rest in peace.
right.
It's never coming back. When you do this much damage to your brand, there's like, even when you bring it back 20 years from now, they're going to go, remember that Kurtzman Trek stuff? Holy shit, was that bad? Just imagine the first 3 seasons of the 60s Star Trek,
Right.
which did pretty well, but they canceled it because it was too expensive. Plus, Gene Roddenberry was a bit of an a-hole to deal with.
Right.
But then it goes into syndication and it just conquers. And it does so well, it launches an 80s movie, an iconic 80s movie franchise, which reinvigorates it, which leads it to the next generation, which spawns probably the greatest era of Star Trek from basically the late 80s to 94. 94 is peak Star Trek when just it was everywhere.
Yeah.
To now. I dare any Kurtzman Trek fan to name me your favorite moment and your favorite iconic episode that will be remembered for years amongst all of Star Trek fans. There isn't a single nanosecond from Kurtzman Trek outside of Picard Season 3, which was 7 out of 10. But Strange New Worlds, we're going to have 5 seasons of Discovery, dude. 5.
And the thing is this, like Star Trek, and a lot of what we're losing is the commonality, where I can just mention to you, I could describe the basics of an episode, even if you don't know the title of the episode, which Robert Meyer Burnett knows the title of every episode and the writers. Okay. I'm not that, but I could mention like, that one episode with, where the McCoy has the old girlfriend. She turns out to be the salt monster, the salt sucking monster. And then he would give like the title immediately and know like we're losing all of that. Like, I don't know. And believe me, I gave Discovery a try. I've given Strange New Worlds a try, but every time, and I'll hear people very enthusiastic, keep watching it. It gets better. It doesn't. My experience is that most of this stuff can begin kind of strong, and then it just goes off the rails into garbage. And I almost feel that's also a strategy. Like, okay, let's tone down anything too controversial in the first few episodes. We want to get the old school fans back, and then we'll put in all the overt messaging later episodes once we've already gotten them, so to speak. I see that happening. I just feel that always. It's why every Marvel series for me, it's like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot, and then no. Although I'm looking forward to the Acolyte.
We got confirmation that's coming out.
I can't wait.
We got confirmation. So big news yesterday.
From
Bob Iger. Actually, it's so just to preface this, we talked about it on Normal World last night too.
Thank you for your shout outs during the Normal World.
Oh, you're welcome. Of course.
Great episode. The thing is, I have a huge problem with that show. It's too short. It should go longer. It's an hour, but come on, Garrett. It's the conversation gets cooking and then it's over. Leaves me wanting more.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's see if I can share this. Everybody's going to see me presenting it on screen, but I don't care. Yeah, share screen. Let's see. There we go. All right.
Okay. Oh no.
Tell me if you can hear this, by the way.
I mean, Bob has talked about.
No, you can't hear it.
Do you want to send me the link and I'll try to do it?
I'll send you the link.
Just private message, private chat or whatever.
Make sure
I'm X-Ray Girl today.
You are, and make sure your messages don't come up. Keep an eye on those on the right.
Chris, you need to wear pink too.
All the D pics
Wednesday.
You get. Don't want to show them off.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Hang on a second. Yeah.
Yes, I know, chat. You can hear it, but
they need to hear it too.
I need to make this bigger. So
since he's become CEO,
that's what she said. Yeah, we can hear that. We did. Can you hear that? Did you hear that?
Did you hear that, man?
I mean,
hey,
Bob
man.
Let
me just. I think I'll hang on. I'm just gonna do it a different way. I'm just gonna take it directly from Rufo's thing.
Yeah.
We'll go from here.
That's
okay.
Easier.
Hang on.
That's all good.
I didn't expect it to
produce the show. Yeah. Oh my God, having Chris Gore,
X-Ray Girl,
putting my life in your hands.
No, it's all good. Okay.
Gotcha.
Let me know when you want me to pause it.
Okay, yeah. Let's. So to set this up real quick, Bob Iger, remember, over the last calendar year, has said he wanted to quiet the noise in the culture war. He said it at least publicly 3 times, probably more. Right. At this time, Bob Chapek, at the time of this recording, which is in January of 2021, Bob Chapek is CEO. Bob Iger is sitting in what should be Bob Chapek's office as chairman of the board. He did not leave. He was only gone for months. I don't think he was gone for a full calendar year until Bob Chapek got fired in the middle of the night on a Sunday at an Elton John concert. So here's the weatherman talking about my January 6th. Hit play.
Right. Ready?
Yep.
Well, I mean, Bob has talked about this eloquently since he's become CEO. I'll say a couple of things about it. You know, we've tended to shy away from politics. And in doing so, I think we've shied away from talking about issues that aren't political at all, like the issues that we're talking about today. Because we believe in doing so, maybe it looks like we're taking a stand. Well, in that reality, we should be taking a stand. By the way, I take responsibility for this. I was CEO for 15 years. And so I managed the company's public-facing processes and how we were portraying ourselves. And I think that we have to be less cautious, as Bob, I think, was just alluding to, about such things and not be concerned. Like just commenting about what happened in Washington last week, that's not political on our part at all. We know that what we saw was fundamentally wrong and that it was rooted in hatred and disrespect and contempt and intolerance. And we should feel free as a company.
Can I make a quick comment here?
Of course.
He says, what we saw, and I'll say this, what people saw at that time, the way it was seen and portrayed, I can see how he would come to that conclusion. But as more video came out and people spoke out, it's very different. It's very different. Also, I feel like he's running for president. When I see this, I'm like, is this sort of his run up? Or is this his sort of...
He still had the illusions of being able to run for president back then. He doesn't have those now. That's why he came back.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, back then, maybe he still thought there was, like, maybe I should, because... or
delusions, sorry.
Biden's going to be a one-termer. Maybe I should, like, roll in.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt like that. But,
yeah, well, I don't... Look, Biden's not going to make it. I mean,
no.
The surprise is going to be at... Here's what I predict. The big DNC event in August, right? That is going to be like a retirement party for Biden. They're going to do like a tribute. Like when you get a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Oscars, your career is over. You're not making movies anymore. They're going to celebrate him like he's the greatest, and they're going to sneak in whoever it is that it's going to be. I think Newsom is probably the strong bet. I think they're going to find a way for Kamala to bow out gracefully. I don't think it's going to be Michelle Obama. I don't know why she'd want to do that. So those are just my theories, by the way.
The only thing I'm confused about, it says this is January 2021, and he's referring to January 6th like it was last week, but that was it wasn't 21. My math is bad.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So this was recorded like after January 6th.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Right around then. I don't know how Christopher...
I'm easily confused. I don't know either, but how did he get, if you don't know who Christopher Rufo is, he's the one who found the not so secret gay agenda video. You know how he gets them? People give them to him. People inside Disney leak it to him because not everybody's down with all this shit. And they felt arrogant. Somebody mentioned it in chat earlier, sheer fucking hubris. They felt arrogant enough to talk about this internally and didn't think people would screen record any of this. I would have loved if somebody screen record some of the shit Gina went through. I would have fucking loved that.
Well, in Discovery, that stuff is going to come out.
Yeah.
You're going to see emails and you're going to see things come out.
In reference, you hopefully, and that's the whole point of it. All the lawyers are talking about, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know if she can win. I honestly don't know if she can win, but if she gets Discovery, then she's won. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Gina doesn't need the money. right?
Well-
It's not about the money. It's about clearing your name, and you don't
That's
necessarily
exactly
need to win the case to clear your name. And I think a lot more people are on her side now even than before, right?
Yeah, I've read through the Gina Carano, the legal briefing in her case against Disney Lucasfilm. I don't see how a thinking human being who can look at something objectively could come to any other conclusion than that she was wronged. Period. Like, it's just, this is why it bothers me. Like that. I don't know if you saw the professor last week who walked a student through a critical thinking process regarding J.K. Rowling and
Yeah, I saw that.
is she a
I saw that.
transphobe? Okay. By the way, I tracked down who that guy is. He has his own YouTube channel. He's a filmmaker, a professor in the Boston area. His name is William, I forget, but I emailed him, asked him, I want to get him on, but he just did a big show. Why am I spacing? Because I've only had half a cup of coffee.
There you go.
But he's a really smart guy. I feel like you could use almost that process to kind of walk people through the Gina stuff. Like real,
I would love for that to work, but there's so many people who would just deny that process because they're so because what Bob is talking about here, Disbrew brought it up, right? And I brought it up yesterday on Normal World. It's not politics. Bob has said this multiple times as well. These aren't political issues. This is a right and wrong issue. So this is essentially saying the politics, the morality is settled. There is no room for debate anymore. We're right and you're wrong. That is dangerous fucking shit. And we just saw a couple of years ago how that line of thinking can destroy lives and kill people with the coof. Because it sounds awful lot like the science is settled.
Here's the thing that I would really love to see. Why aren't there committee hearings on the damage done by the reaction to the pandemic?
Why? Because everybody needs their butts covered because everybody had their stinky little fingers up the butt of Pfizer in Congress and the Senate. And everybody should fucking go to jail for that.
No, but like
everybody. There should be people in jail. There should be lines of people. They should be building fucking prisons for these people.
People who didn't go and get like, just your normal overall general health check and cancer that went unnoticed. The small businesses that were destroyed and will never reopen. I mean, the reaction to the pandemic, forget the,
it's not the pandemic. It was the reaction. And it was,
that's exactly right.
And if you watch the most recent clip with Brent Weinstein and Joe Rogan, they break down the financial incentive. Now, they don't necessarily talk about the pandemic. They talk about the housing market. They talk about, they also talk about, the industrial, military industrial complex. But basically, you hear the name BlackRock being talked about quite a bit. I don't know if I'm mixing it Joe Rogan or somebody else. But if you mention all these companies that invest heavily into Disney and stuff, they went out and started buying. Oh, it was actually Crowder. They were talking about it. They were talking about BlackRock buying up all the housing, right, and renting it out. And the terms of these of renting now is pricing everybody out of the market. And it was a way, and that's exactly what they did. They priced out the small businessmen who were just renters, like a guy or a gal or a couple who rented out a couple of houses for some income. They also, in small business, priced out all the small business people, including my wife. They got them out of there, and they bailed out all the corporations. They bailed out the big banks, but they didn't bail out the credit unions. So while we have is mega banks and mega companies owning houses, sure, you can invest in those mega companies and get a tiny little dividend, but you yourself cannot, you're being priced out of the market. Yeah, it's a fucking game. It's always been a game. And we talk about it in pop culture. We always say, like, it's always been bigger in Star Wars. It's always been bigger in Disney. But if they're going to get away with it here, if they take over this institution and try to socially engineer it here, well, where else do you think they're doing it? Well, they're doing it in publishing. They're doing it in music. They're doing it in schools. They're doing it in government. They're doing it everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
Well, they're doing it at Amazon. That recent video that Elon Musk tweeted about, the YouTube video from Film Friends.
Oh, yeah. We will definitely get to that. We will definitely get to you being tweeted out.
On that, but yeah. Anyways, so the person, it was on Piers Morgan. So the guy was on Piers
Oh,
Morgan.
well, was he? Okay.
Oh my, yeah. You know what? I'll DM you the clip just to.
Yeah.
so you have
But
it,
let's.
'cause
So what to get back to Bob's saying, hey, we're going to lean into this, but it's not political. We're right and they're wrong. And that is not America. Okay. No side is settled at all. And it's really the building up of this nation has been a great debate for 200 years, a great experiment. And it's been about balance. And that's why it has moved ahead faster than any other civilization in history because of that balance. And, not one side completely dominates all the time until recently. Now we have, and there's always been cheating. It's not perfect. It's never been perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. What is perfect? Like, do we want a perfect society? There's a great Angel episode. Sorry, I'm going to go back to Angel without Mahler here. There's a great episode, with, I'm blanking on her name now. I'm blanking on her name. There's a deity at the end who, used to be from the powers that be, right? And she has decided to make, she wants peace on earth. And the only way to do that is to absolutely take away everybody's free will. And you'll get peace on earth. And then Angel's son, is forced to kill her. And then the bad guys, Wolfram and Hart, are so happy that Angel absolutely destroyed the possibility of peace on earth that they give them the law. They're evil, by the way. It's evil. It's an evil law firm. They give them the law firm because, hey, you destroyed peace on earth forever. And it's like, no, we didn't. It's all, yeah, you did. Yeah, it cost everybody their free will, but that would have been peace on earth, and the only cost would have been that deity had to consume like a dozen people a day.
Chat saying Jasmine.
Jasmine, thank you. I knew it was a G. I'm just brain farting right there. So Jasmine had to consume about, to keep that power going, had to consume about a dozen people a day, eat them, so she can keep basically brainwashing society to absolutely be in a constant state of happiness. So what is perfection? What is perfection? We need strife in our life. They're trying to legislate morality. They're trying to, this is why we need freedom. This is why it's worked, because it's dangerous. Yes, things can go wrong. People can get shot. People will die. People will say mean things. Presidents might have mean tweets that might make people upset. That's fucking life. You're not going to be in a comfy little pillow your entire life. So for him to come out and say, well, our side is settled, we know more, especially when they're on the side of sexualizing little kids. Yes, they're going to meet some resistance. And, by the way, I tweeted that. How has this fucking worked out for Disney over the last couple of years? Not very well.
I mean, the stock prices dropped. Like, where is it now? It's crazy.
It went up because they bought Bob does what he does. He fucking bought a couple things. He bought his way. He didn't buy Fortnite, but he bought his way into Fortnite so they can compete with Epic Universe in the parks. And he bought a Taylor Swift movie. And you know what? The low information investors eat that shit up. And they are part of the problem too. Like, that's like the low information voter and the low information investor is part of the problem. It's up to us to get the word out there. But if people are listening to the word and go, well, it doesn't apply to me because, my 401k is just one 401k. And you know what? There's a million of you saying that out there. Just like I said on Normal Word last night, if you're a conservative, if you're a Christian, if you're in the middle, if you're a classic liberal at this point who probably has some morality left and go, maybe you shouldn't sexualize kids. Mickey Mouse fucking hates you. They hate you. Let's hear the rest. Let's hear him pat himself, break his arm, patting himself on the back.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go.
To comment about that without retribution. And another thing I want to say that I've learned these last 9 to 12 months is, I'm very proud of a lot of the work we've done in terms of diversity and inclusion on screen. When we did Coco, for instance, at Pixar, a great example of that, or Tiana, or of course Black Panther is one of the great examples of that. I allowed those things to make me feel a bit complacent in a sense. It's not that I wanted to be that way, but I thought, wow, we did Black Panther. How great are we?
Oh, stop it right there. Stop.
How
Stop!
great are we?
How? Oh my God. You're amazing. Look at us. Give me a pat on the back.
Get that fucking asshole off the screen. I'm enough with him. Black Panther, good comic book character, created by two Jewish men. They adapted it all right. It was the greatest marketing scheme I have ever seen. Fight racism by giving us money and watching this movie, and it worked. And the movie's fine. I give it some people hate it worse than I do. I think it's fine. It's average. Haven't gone back and watched it again. And I like the character. I've always liked the character since I was a kid. It's always been a member of the Avengers. Dug it. How'd that sequel do? Oh, they didn't recast Chadwick Boseman, who was by the way, best Black Panther obviously is in Civil War. That is a great version of the character. Great version of the character. Chadwick Boseman was good. They should have recast him. Oh, well. But how great are we? Well, what have you done for us lately, Disney? Did you say that after the Marvels? How about Echo? And what are they all, everything is reliant on Deadpool and Wolverine. Everything. And
I have thoughts about that, Gary, too.
All right. Well, you can take this off the screen.
Oh, you don't want to watch the last 10 seconds?
Oh, where he, no, I can't stand that guy at all.
Let's get rid of this then.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Deadpool Wolverine trailer?
Couple things. The title of the movie is incredibly uninspired.
It's better than Deadpool 3, but
I mean, right. But I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, I just think it's lazy, and I can't stand these titles. I can't stand the modern titling of movies is lazy, and it sucks. The other thing is, as soon as they introduced the TVA, I was out. I don't care about the TVA. Watching Loki was homework. It wasn't enjoyable. I hate that series. I can't stand it. So the fact that they, hang this story all around TVA rather than something that is motivated by character. The first Deadpool movie, the thrust of the story comes from the character of Wade. Who he is as a person. This is all outside forces coming in. It's the TVA, your Marvel Jesus, whatever. I don't care. I think the story looks like shite. And I'm not now. I think as a buddy movie of Wolverine, that'll be great. I hope that's most of the movie. But the TVA, the fact that now there's more, I think this is going to make some normies check out. I'll say this. The reaction to the trailer has been very good.
Yes.
And I think it has the most views, correct me
of any trailer for Marvel.
Of any trailer for Marvel.
But that checks out for the best thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is always the next thing.
Right. Yeah, I guess. So I just looked at it, I'm just like, the TVA thing just threw me, and I just didn't care. It is a teaser. I'll give it that. It's just a teaser.
I think there'll be a better trailer down the road. And maybe the TVA is just in it for the first 10 minutes, but even it being in it at all is frustrating because it's what's your favorite part of Loki season 2? Nobody can come up with it because they don't remember it.
Right.
It's when Loki ascended to grab green spaghetti in his hand.
And then
that's how it ended.
It's so stupid. I hate it. Anyway, so I can't believe I watched that whole show.
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. So, but I love the character of Deadpool and Wolverine as portrayed by Hugh Jackman. I really like those characters.
Yeah,
but Logan, and I was like you, I saw Logan I think once, and then I really like it.
Yeah, loved it and never watched it again. It's like that's depressing as hell movie. I don't want to watch that again. That's not fun. I've watched the Wolverine more than I've watched Logan.
Right.
It's got a ridiculous ending. But it's it took an act of desperate, this is after COVID. This is once they got Fox, this is the first thing they should have done. This is the first thing they should have done. And now it's an act of desperation. But, it's because DEI has paved the way. Elon Musk retweeted you. How do you feel about that, Chris?
Well, okay, to be clear, Elon Musk tweeted out a film threat video.
A film threat video, which was a clip from our live stream of Alan and I going through the DEIA, because there's Abel it's something with Abel in there. And we went through the rules. Ableism.
Yeah, we went through these rules and this is the thing that's offensive and new. And today on the film threat, just to plug that, Hollywood on the Rocks, today, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm having on my buddy Jim Agnew from the WGA. I sent him this stuff. He was livid. These rules are overreaching. And the one thing we got this whole discussion, he'll talk about it. None of these people, the HR department is now dictating what screenwriters, producers, and directors can say and do in films. How they write jokes, how they tell stories, storylines. The one thing that what really stood out was the storylines involving rescuing or saving are particularly problematic. So someone pointed out, no Star Wars saving the princess, no Terminator. How many movies would not survive these rules? I think it's horrible. So these rules, it's Orwellian and dystopian to gentrify all entertainment so that certain things, it's like this movie ISS that was just at theaters. As soon as I saw the identity of the lead character, I knew nothing would happen to her. And
I know.
I was just like, oh.
I saw that in the trailer. I'm like, she's living.
Yeah, she's going to live. But that's how lazy everything is. And there's no risk taking. These rules are so detailed. And this comes from, first of all, my least favorite department in a corporation is the HR department. I despise those people. Despise them. There's nothing human about human resources. It's all about protecting the interests of the corporation, right? And to basically make sure there are no lawsuits. So now you've got the HR department dictating story. The HR department who never had never worked in entertainment, they've never taken a screenwriting or film history course, to my knowledge, who also I'm fighting a little cold here. Who also could you talk to them about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, the refusal of the call? Do they know what that is?
That's patriarchy, Chris.
It's all this stuff to dictate from these people. And the other thing is the woman who's heading that up at Amazon came from Caterpillar Trucks. Came from Caterpillar, the company that builds they make construction vehicles. What does she bring from Caterpillar to HR to then disgusting. So Elon, I have no idea. How did Elon find this video? Did someone show it to him? Does Elon watch YouTube? Also, by the way, X has a habit of if you tweet out a link to a video, it doesn't get as much traction as native media. So to explain, native media is if you add a picture or you upload a video to X, those get promoted. But if it's a video that is from an outside source like YouTube,
they get crushed.
They get crushed. So I'm like Elon with, what does he have? Like a couple 100 million followers?
At the time I looked, there was 15 million impressions on your tweet. And I'm like, well, shit, this should put Chris's video through the stratosphere.
And we got maybe 50,000. We were already, before that hit, because I looked at the time the tweet went out and the time, we had almost 30,000. It was like 29,000 views on that video already. It was already trending up. Now I will report to you that the most recent of the video, which just says the end of creativity.
Yeah.
On the film, it's 73.1 thousand views.
So 15 million impressions translated to 40,000 views,
40,000 plus
50,000 views.
and maybe 500 new subscribers. That's it. So, I mean, I guess
It's not terrible, but it's, I mean, like 15 million impressions. That tells you how much those impressions, what that actually means.
And Film Threat wasn't tagged, so it's like he didn't mention
Yeah.
my account, Allen's or Film Threat. So, first of all, I'm not ungrateful. I'm saying, wow, that's cool to get that kind of recognition. But you pointed out this isn't new, that DEI thing, and I think Andre from Midnight's Edge also.
No,
It's new to me. So I was just looking at it from a standpoint of I have friends that are working screenwriters. How do you write with these rules presented to you saying, right, but you got to follow all of this?
So the first time I heard about this was I was working at the comic shop when my friend who used to work in merchandising with Doctor Who said there's a new diversity and inclusion. That's the first time I ever heard it. Initiative. It was called, started in like 2012 at the BBC. Then, started the YouTube channel. Midnight's Edge was talking about it forever ago. And then Lady Gravemaster, was this 4 years ago? 5 years ago? Maybe 4 years ago, where she found me the Roddenberry think tank, the Roddenberry Foundation think tank that was dictating every single rule that Elon and you guys talked about 4 years ago. So these things are publicly available on their websites. They have been there. We have been talking about it forever over here. And I mean, it's good that it finally gets out. It's not bad that it gets out. This is good. We need more people aware. But and you know what? Other people in the pundit sphere have been talking about it too. It's just we're finally seeing the end result of it, and that's probably why it's like, oh, wow, this is how things can be bad. Yes, this is how things can be bad. Sometimes it's best not to wait until the bad thing happens. We need to recognize before the bad thing happens. Unfortunately, we're a busy society and we don't. And it's going to be very hard to take, basically Hollywood needs, chemo right now. And I think it's like late in the stage. I just think it's fucking done. Right. But real quick on that note, I don't think the NFL throws games. I think it's too difficult. I think possibly a player could or something, but it's really hard to argue. It's really hard to argue when you see this
commercials. Oh no.
When you see this, holy shit.
What?
Travis Kelce's debut as a film producer is also the first movie financed using President Biden's green energy tax credits. I was trying to make an argument on Normal World last time. Like, I know the game. I know the game of football. It's almost impossible to throw. Oh shit! Never mind. I'll shut up now. Oh, it's not an op. It's just oh shit. NFL has always been part of elitism.
That is. Okay, if it's financed by the government, it's propaganda.
It's propaganda. And tax credits is essentially financing, by the way. You could say we didn't finance it. We just didn't steal a bunch of money, but we have all the influence in the world over what you say. That was another thing Crowder brought up this morning is when you give up your power to invest in rental properties or have your own small business, but you can still get this little dividend from this big company, but they can dictate how you build, how you Mayor London Breed, when she shut everybody down in San Francisco, this was like the straw that broke that when we just said, fuck it, was when she said, when we reopen, we're going to do it with equity. So we're gonna basically favor the businesses owned by people of color over anybody else.
Yeah, that's racist.
That's racist and illegal, but that's what she was gonna do, and that's what she did, and got away with. By the way, so and then we go back to the BlackRock guy who said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna force behaviors." Boom. It's happening right before our eyes. I mean, we could say it's undeniable at this point.
But I think, having spoken to a lot of people in the industry, and by the way, since we've been reporting on this stuff, it is a daily drip of things from other companies. I just, as we're on the stream right now, got an email from someone who works at Universal saying Universal's not like everyone thinks, oh, Universal, they're staying out of all this stuff.
Did you see the Wicked trailer?
Huh?
Did you see the Wicked trailer?
Don't get me started on that, because Gary, it's going to make me sound gay if I start talking about it. I love the Wicked play. All right. I've seen that thing 5 times. It is my favorite Broadway play. I know it sounds, go ahead, accuse me. Yeah. I just watched that Star Trek thing. And this will be even gayer than that. I love the Wicked story, because the story, I'm looking at this story, and I remember the first time I saw Wicked, I thought, if only the story of the fall of Anakin Skywalker was as engaging as this, because this is what it is. It's the prequel directly to the Wizard of Oz movie. It ties in directly to the original Wizard of Oz film with Judy Garland. Okay. And it brings you right up. In fact, it even like parts of it happen in between like the movie, so it happens during it and kind of goes beyond it. It goes past it even with a little epilogue. It's so epic in nature. It changes the way you look at the Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
In an interesting way. And it's really cool. If they had told the story of Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi and their friendship in the same way, that's what I'm looking through a freaking Star Wars nerd lens at Wicked saying, what a great story.
But
It's
that
incredible.
movie looks like
And
shit.
It does look like shit for a couple reasons. Let me tell you why it looks like shit. The stage play is about prejudice of a young girl who gets to work with the wizard, and she is green. So there's prejudice against her. Now, played by a white actress. What was her name? Idina Menzel. John Travolta pronounced it pretty well when he did it. Idina Menzel. And she was amazing. I mean, she's fantastic. It is subtly about prejudice. It is in there. Now, when you recast the Green Witch with a black actress, it is overtly now about racism. Overt versus subtle. Not only that, it's also like the crappy digital effects we've come to expect now in everything that looks like freaking Sci-Fi Channel bad digital effects. It's going to be lectury and preachy, which you could do. The stage play does a really good job of handling things. There's political, I don't want to say messages. There's a political undertones, but it's not overt. It's not super preachy. My experience of the play, not super preachy. This movie's going to definitely be preachy. Now it's preachy. Now it's about racism against the green.
Yeah. So Universal's not, I mean, like they're all going to dabble into this stuff. I was told even Sony will dabble into it, but they have no patience for it. If it doesn't make any money, they will pull the plug because Rothman is just all about dollars.
And they're breaking it into 2 parts. The Wicked movie is a 2-part movie.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
Yes. There's not enough story. It would be a really good, maybe 2.5, maybe 3 hour, like epic, but it's also a musical. They're not telling you that.
Okay.
It's not based on the book. It's based on the stage play.
Due to our time constraints today, I got to get through these last 2 stories quickly.
Sorry about that, Gary.
It's all good, baby.
You hit me on things I'm pissed about.
I know. Oh, there's that.
Angry.
That's good. A Gore ran. A freaking IKEA chair.
Oh my God.
A freaking IKEA chair. Hang on. I got to get this, but let's first go to Fantastic Four has been cast. The Fantastic Four has been cast.
Let's take a look.
And it's exactly who we said it was on Friday Night Tights 3 months ago. And like Reddit had this too, but a friend of mine like confirmed it. So like Reddit had it out there, then a buddy of mine said, yeah, that's the cast, and they're just waiting. Now why not, at Comic-Con or D23, pull them all out and announce them like they did before? No, they do it on the day Madam Web comes out. They do it because most people, I would say, in the nerd sphere know the difference between a Sony Marvel movie and a Disney Marvel movie. I think those lines are getting blurred, quite frankly. I think there'll be very little difference between the Marvels and Madam Web as far as quality is concerned. But the fact that they announced it today, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. But we've already known this, and honestly, 3/4 of this cast, even the Ben Grimm casting, I'm fine with. As long, he doesn't look like Ben Grimm, and I'm forgetting his name, but the cop Russo from Reacher is also the bad guy in Tulsa King. Would have been a better Ben Grimm, but I'm okay with Vanessa Kirby. This is way. I thought the Fantastic Four was going to look like a diversity stock photo. The only disappointing thing, of course, is the new Hollywood Latino token, Pedro Pascal. Yeah, who I think is a mid-level actor at best, and is just being cast in absolutely everything, and does not personify Reed in any way. Does that look like the smartest man alive to you?
I don't know, man. I always saw Reed Richards as like this chiseled, like I don't know, like Don Draper. Like he would have almost made a better, sort of square jawed kind of, you gotta have the gray temples, which you can add. But like,
there's so many good things you can do with this character. I wish we can go into it now. There's riffs on it in Watchmen with Dr. Manhattan. But like, yes, he's a very singular, focused mind, but he does love his Sue. All right.
He does love his Sue
He
Storm.
does love his Sue Storm. And there's a lot of fun things you can do with this, but now it's Ricardo's.
I just don't. I actually don't mind Pedro Pascal. I actually like him as an actor, not in this role. You know what I mean? Not in this role. No, I'm sorry. He's just
fine as a side actor. He's not like a big leading dude. He's just not. And he won't be for much longer in Last of Us. Sorry, spoilers.
Oh, speaking of Last of Us, I maybe I'll have to tell you off the stream.
Tell me off the stream. Marvel's Fantastic Four lands its cast: Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn. I think that's fine. I think that's really good casting for Johnny Storm. Just bleach his hair blonde. That's all you got to do.
Bleach his hair blonde.
Make sure he's blonde. He's got to be blonde. And then Ebon Moss. How do you say that? Bacharach? Burt Bacharach.
Like Burt Bacharach.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, not a very good Ben Grimm. Maybe he bulks up. I don't know. But like, it could have been so much worse. Problem is, we got to look into who's writing and directing. John Watts left the project. And they announced it will be out July 25th, 2025. That is a year and a few months away.
I have a prediction. I have a theory as to why they can do it so quick. The effects are mostly done. You know what I mean? Like, they storyboard this stuff so far in advance. The director is there to do the scenes where the actors act, and they just sort of transpose them into something that's already built. Marvel has a process. I think the problem is the process. They've gotten lazy with it and sloppy, which is why you get Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, where the effects are, meh.
Yeah. So as a part of the casting announcement, Disney has swapped the release dates of the Fantastic Four, now set for July 25th, 2025, and the Thunderbolts now set for May 2nd, 2025. That's even crazier because they aren't done and they will not start filming that. Florence Pugh said it in an interview. I think it's like a month and a half away from beginning to film. So they need to turn these big budget tentpole films around in a year. By the way, nobody wants to see the fucking Thunderbolts. Okay. It's not even the Thunderbolts from the comics. Brave New World, 4 Marvel tentpoles currently set to open in 2025. That's 4 movies.
That's weird. That's a lot.
Captain America is going to be in February and Blade's going to be in November.
Wow.
Yeah. So, this is Marvel's first family will be the last thing they do. It's fucking, it's terrible, dude. I love the Fantastic Four. I know it's an incredibly hard thing to adapt, but it's possible. But you need like top tier talent. I'm forgetting the director's name, but he's like a television director. He's directed a bunch of television.
I think he did WandaVision.
Yes,
the director you're talking
directed
about? Yeah.
WandaVision, and he also directed like a ton of television, but has not directed a feature. Right?
Yeah.
Same goes with S.J. Clarkson, who directed Madam Web. She was a hot name a few years ago. She was supposed to direct Star Trek 4. She was one of the 5 or 6 directors they picked for Star Trek 4. And she did some other stuff. She also did the defunct Game of Thrones Blood Moon pilot that cost $30 million and they shit canned. She directed that. And yeah. She got picked. She's girl. That's it. Also, real quick, Madam Web. The Madam Web box office projections are going down.
Oh, what are they now? I think it was like 35 million, but like that would be 2 Sunday evening from Wednesday. Is that right?
Yeah, I can't pull it up, but yeah, this is 6-day opening weekend.
Wow, they're really stretching that out.
It's a 6-day. Madam Web, I'm just reading this from Box Office Pro. Okay. Madam Web, Sony and Columbia Pictures, February 14th, 2024. Wide 6-day opening weekend range, 18 to 28 million.
Yeah.
6 days.
Yeah, 6 days. Well, I don't know. I just, as empty as it is, it's empty in California theaters. Like
Yeah.
You saw Alan is alone in an IMAX
In an IMAX theater. Only the lonely.
But he is going to like a later show because he's going to do like Valentine's Day. So he's seeing it. Like,
I'm going to a show in just a bit. So I've got to get through some super chats. We'll probably have to do the rest in the square up. But
bummer, man.
Yeah. But we're going to get through them right now. Coops Girl 07 for $20 says, I own one Disney share and got the voting link. I pulled a George Costanza and voted the opposite of their recommendations. Anything to stick it to them. Yeah, at this point, that's the only, if you're still an investor, just vote against everything they're going for if you want that company to survive. Personally, I want Bob to get everything he wants. Give him everything he wants, and that company will be, man, you thought it was bad towards the end of Eisner's run. It's going to be so much fucking worse. So much worse. And it's going to be industry-wide. But Disney will become the loss leader. They already kind of have. Tomac for $20. With Disney getting into the game, I'm just wondering, what are they doing? They have owned Kingdom of Hearts for the past 20 years. Just adapt those games. They probably aren't even half. Chris just laid it out. Some of the people involved, not at Disney, but in other places, come from Caterpillar and fucking Pepsi. And they know nothing about. By the way, we went through this phase in Hollywood before when giant corporations bought studios and ran them like shit. Like Pepsi. So, because they have no idea. So Chris pointed out they probably don't even know about Kingdom of Hearts. They don't. Hail, Gary, Frank Gore, and X-Ray Girl. Working on my first video for my Rumble channel. It's a review buyer's guide to the source material of Madam Web for people that want to experience the characters, what to expect. Good. Hoping to have it out this weekend. Good. Ike and Ellis. Good luck. Blabs the Tower Tard for $2. X-Ray is Frank's favorite chike.
You have to say it like how
X-Ray is Frank's favorite chike. Lock it in. Yay. Yay. Rob Cortez for $1.99. Chris Gore is George Costanza. He is. Mr. Grant Gregory for $10 Australian dollars. I am literally seconds away from hitting 400,000 subs on YouTube. Hell, brother. Thanks for being supportive. Love to have you on Celebration streams this weekend. Hell yeah. Well, this weekend, maybe. It's a busy week for me.
It's your birthday month. This is okay.
It's not my birthday month.
I love
Valentine's weekend.
I love my fellow YouTubers. There's too much celebration. This is my Gore rant. Gary gets to 1 million. I'm doing Gary's stream. But there are way too many. It's this stream. It's my birthday stream. It's this. I did not do a birthday stream. Okay. We talked about the fact that Film Threat hit 100,000. I was very happy, but I didn't do 100,000. I don't know what. There's too many celebrations. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
I can't keep up. So,
dude,
kudos
once
to
you hit 50.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Act like you've been there, like Barry Sanders. All right, great. Moving on.
I don't even know if I mean, like, I hit 1 million. There'll be some. It'll probably just a Friday Night Tights. I'm not going to do a separate stream.
No, Gary, for 1 million, you have to.
It'll be a catch up, a square up, probably.
I think here's why I'm.
Should I do? Should I? Does the audience want a 1 million stream celebration? If I hit it, if I hit it, you never know.
Okay. I think it's important because it's not just about you hitting 1 million. It's about what you have been talking about resonates with people, that they support you by subscribing to the channel. So it's about the fact that you have been, whether you wanted to admit it or not, you've been the leader of a movement and an awareness of a lot of effed up shit happening in entertainment. And getting to 1 million is, hey, this is resonating with people. They get it, they hear it, and you know, because people reach out to you like people reach out to me in Hollywood and say, hey, I can't say that I know you, I can't, but I really like what you're doing. How many times have you heard that, Gary?
Oh, I'm really sorry. I need to unfollow you on Twitter.
Right. I need to unfollow you.
Oh my God, you're more of a leader than I am, Chris. I'm no leader. This is just. It was just. I'm just an idiot. I don't either. I'm just an idiot with a microphone, and it's like it's surreal and it's great. And I'm super grateful for it. It's absolutely changed my life. But I think it's, focus on the fans. Like that's what it needs to be. It's not just me or you. It's everybody.
Well, the fans want you to do 1 million.
Okay.
I saw a lot of yeses in chat.
Yeah.
If I get there, we're doing okay. It's YouTube slow time, so, but it's going to pick up. I mean, the American Society of Magical Negroes is coming out in March.
I could push it over for sure.
And I got a video after the Madam Web review that I'll tell you about in the private chat.
All right.
That's going to be. It's going to be kind of like my California videos. It's like a one-off. It's like I'm only going to do this once. It's not political, by the way. But when I did the California videos, I did like 3, and I said, hey, I'm just doing this because I'm really fucking pissed. I'm sorry, but we'll get back to entertainment after that. And the audience was very forgiving of that. But it's going to be one of those.
My God,
that's after the Madam Web. I'm hoping to have fun with this. Goji the King for $10. Good morning, Chikes. Also, Gary, X-Ray Girl, and Chris. Yeah, good morning, Chikes. Latinos.
I can't believe I started a thing. Chikes. That's how they start.
Chikes and Klutz.
Latino Slant for Paulie. What's up for $4.99? Gary, saludos. Is it true, Gore? Is it true about Gore? He's a man's man. He brought me a beer. It's true about Gore. He's a man's man. He bought me a beer the other night. Too bad he forgot I'm 8.5 years sober. Hey, actually, did you do that too? No.
I did not. I didn't buy my beer. We were at, first of all, it was a blast. We went out with Mexican Iron Man, Dante, Paulie, a bunch of people. We all went to the Barclay, which is this really cool. It's like stepping into the 1940s. It's an old school bar. They don't take credit cards, cash only. And it's awesome. We saw a surf punk band there called Jetpack. It was
awesome.
Great. The Barcley in South Pass.
Did you buy him a beer? Yes or no?
I did not buy him a beer. He's goofing on me.
Oh, he's goofing on you. Yeah. It's all right. There is Paulie, there is a skit that I don't know when Benny's going to come out with it. I did an interview with Drinker, and it's kind of about me like being at Disney and relapsing.
Oh no.
Or almost relapsing. Hulk Hogan for $1.99 says, "Hail my."
You can't say that.
My knee G's and Chike's brother. My knee G's. My knee G's. That's as far as I can go. I mean, even though I said it, by the way, I'm not afraid to say it. I think it's just funnier when other people say it.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
by the way, it's circled on my calendar. It's in March. March will be
Wait.
March is going to be interesting. Hey, there is some good stuff. What's coming out at the end of the month?
This month?
It's
Well, there's
Avatar,
Dune,
right?
Dune Part 2. There's
Avatar. Avatar. New
Wait,
Ghostbusters is next month. Avatar. There's 3 Body Problem, which could either be really good or fucking really shitty because it's Dan and Dave. So I think it might be shitty. But
I don't understand why some of these movies, they're big. Godzilla X Kong, Ghostbusters, and Dune Part 2 all opening in March. What is this? I don't remember a March like this.
No, they need to get them out. The thing is, like, we've pushed them as long as we could. We need to get them out as soon as possible, and that was the earliest window. Like, honestly, you should have waited till summer because June's going to be nothing, and that's your prime time, but whatever. Josh Manuel Mendez for $5 says, hail to Gary, Chris, and X-Ray Girl. The Acolyte is already bad. Takes place 50 years before the prequels, but the Sith were extinct for a millennium. Well, former Harvey Weinstein assistant Leslie Headland. I can't wait to roast it. But we'll hear Star Wars is saved. Crispy Mofo 1776 for $10 says Jesus effing chikes. Gray Malkin 1407 for £5 Proper money. Chris, stop the book is the OG misunderstood villain. The musical doubles down on that, and then the film adds racism. Oh yeah.
But I feel like the stage play, it was subtle enough and it was interesting. It was more about the friendship, between Glinda and Elphaba. Like
Echo Chamberlain. Echo Chamberlain has a perfect video on this, and you need to go see it.
Yes, I started watching it. All I can say is I feel super gay even talking about Wicked this much, but I love that play because I see that like it's such a great story. It's similar to Anakin and Obi-Wan, right? That's the way I see it through the Star Wars lens of if only the story of the turn of Anakin was as good as Wicked portrayed it. So there you go.
There you go. Brock Butler for $4.99. Chris, they play it. The play is fantastic. If the signature high note from the Defying Gravity is the trailer, in the trailer is what they're going for with the music, I'm not optimistic. I wouldn't be.
It's very Broadway.
Yeah.
Which works in that context. I don't know if it works for a movie.
Yeah. Io for 10 British pounds. Star Chaikin across the universe on the Starship Enterprise. Pagan Captain Kirk, Star Chaikin across the universe, boldly loving drag shows because we're all perverts. Yes, Io. News for $5. Took my girl to see Madam Web, and now she's divorcing me and taking my house and kids. Love the show and keep doing what you're doing. Cheers. I did put up a poll asking if I was going to get, because I'm taking Mrs. Nerdrotic. And, yeah, we're leaving in like 9 minutes.
Shoot.
You're going to be set on fire.
No, yeah. So I asked if I'm going to say, hey, I'm taking Mrs. Nerdrotic to Madam Web on Valentine's Day. Am I A, going to get lucky, B, going to be poisoned, or C, am I going to be set on fire? It looks like set on fire is winning. Somebody asked, why isn't divorce there? Death is divorce, and she gets everything. I doubt no jury is going to convict her of anything for me taking her to Madam Web on Valentine's Day. Let's just be real. She gets everything. Honky Kong for $2, just like the that everyone gets a kick out of my name. Oh, Honky Kong, it's a fucking great name. It's a great name. That and John Cougar Concentration Camp are kind of my two favorites right now. Honky Kong and John Cougar Concentration Camp. Butter Biscuit 92 on the Streamlabs side for $10. Gary, when will we see more variety on FNT? Where's Valiant, Jonas J. Campbell, WD Pro? They all stream together. They all stream together. They would all be great for a show. They would make great content. It's not like Valiant hasn't been a member or member stream. LOL. We'll get Valiant on. We need to get him on when it's like Disney Analytics episode. But we kind of book out in advance. We have to.
It's like weeks in advance.
But those are all good guys. I love them all, and they will all get on at some point. But I blame X-Ray Girl because it's easier to do that.
Like yesterday, right? When you're pressing all the clips. Oh, ex-girl, what'd you do? I don't know.
I just blame her for shit that I do. It's fun. It's not her fault, really. I'm just blaming her because she's a woman.
Wow.
We'll get him on. Love those guys. Love Valiant. I saw him briefly. I didn't see him as much as I thought I would in Florida, but we saw him briefly. Good dude. All those guys are good dudes. This week we have Dan Vask and Mahler. So
Representation.
Travis for $10. Love your videos. Keep it up. Cheers. Thank you, Travis. GL Sasich for $5. Bro, everyone knows chicks celebrate birthdays all month long. Yeah, and it's fine. It's okay for girls to do it. We're not saying it's not okay. We love to celebrate our women for an entire month. What gets,
drunk 3PO and Beardo? I mean, does anyone want to tell him?
I kind of don't. Jay was getting they were wishing him a happy birthday like 3 months after his birthday. It's like his birthday's the entire year. Jay is scheduled for $2. Chikes week. Okay, Travis for $10. I'ma be real. I have 40K in Disney stock, an average of 150 a share. I wish they would quit this shit, as I would love to recover my losses and get out of it. I think that's the attitude of a lot of people. And I think recently your losses would be somewhat recovered, but it depends on, it's not getting up to 150. I don't think it's going to get up to 150. I don't know how they're going to finagle, Chris, Disney Plus being profitable by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Which they have promised for year after year after year. And they're going to have to do it. So they're going to have to like break some laws and do some crazy shit. Because over the last calendar year, they've lost 30 million subscribers in total. Churn, baby. Lee Pippin for $1.99. Chikes in the chat. We love the chikes. John Gibson for $10. Institutions are low information investors because a fund manager can't be fired for investing in Disney because it's Disney. Exactly. I personally, I know Valiant's not going to like me saying this because he's and I love Valiant. But I mean, this is what he does. But I would never trust my money into somebody I don't know. Like, our money guy knows specifically I don't like stocks, and he's also family. So, Mr. Pickles for $10. Just watched Rebel Moon. Oh yeah, we're getting Rebel Moon in April, and it's gonna be PG-13 again. How does Zack Schneider, he says Schneider, get away with making Zora and Belisarius the exact same story as Gamora and Thanos? How much copyright infringement is allowed before you sue? Well, I mean, it's just a hodgepodge of copied shit. That's all it is. This was a part of the very short treks from last year's. This is not just propaganda, but recycled propaganda. It says Dirt is king for $5. Yeah, I'm not surprised about that. I tuned out. I'm only tuning back in to Star Trek Discovery Season 5 because I'm going to see it out. I saw it in. I'm going to see it out. I did not see Season 4. I watched every episode up to that twice and reviewed it. But once they had a special needs Kelpian crying for his mama destroy the entire Federation because his body was infused with dilithium crystals and it blew up every ship across the universe that used that to power it, I just went, okay, this is too retarded for words. It was just funny. I just started laughing at that point. Noah Sprague Studios for $10. Gary, the Three Brady problem is going to be garbage. None of the main characters from the book are in it, especially the ex-cop who is the best character in the book. No, isn't he being played by Sir Davos? So that's not the ex-cop that's in the book. I'm not surprised. Dan and Dave got this big deal at Netflix. And this is the first thing they've done. Game of Thrones ended in 2019. So that's 5 years.
Right.
That's 5 years. Yeah, I don't know. It's a book. It's a lot of people like it, but we'll see. Jefferson C. Post for $5. So Star Trek is now the unambiguously gay duo. Exactly. The Paladin Jock for $9.99. I have the entire theater to myself for Madam Web. Instead of using my LED pen, I may ask them to bring the house lights up for taking notes. I was going to do that too. It's like, do we need to turn the lights out? Happy Independence Day, fellow singles. Happy Independence Day. And happy National Divorce Day. Happy National Divorce Day for the 5 husbands who are going to be dumb enough to take their wives to Madam Web. I am one of them. My wife, obviously, she's a team player. What can I say? Andrew Matthews for £2 Tilly becoming captain and losing the ship is iconic. That was fucking hilarious. The best part was Tilly, body positivity Tilly, who just came off having a baby. They had her in season, was it 2? Correct me if I'm wrong. They had her in competition to become a captain, and she's running a race against a very athletic Asian man who would, I mean, they're fast. They're fucking fast. And she beats him. She beats him. Dude, Sonar in Space. There's an episode with Sonar in space.
I miss Star Trek written by people who love Star Trek.
Yes.
So that's just me.
The Romulans are an immigration allegory in Picard season 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And then the bad guys like beam into everybody's apartment because they've never heard of the inhibitors, the transporter inhibitors, which would probably be around every single city and every building everywhere. Or I don't know, any civilization could just beam in and take over. Don't get me started. I'd rather watch Sub Rosa, Tapestry, or any Enterprise episode than watch a single microsecond of new Trek. Makes me so effing angry. Chris B, yeah, Enterprise came out looking good. That's a weird one because they did have a couple of good seasons until the end of season 4. But I still think it's worse than Voyager. That might be a controversial statement, but I think it's worse than Voyager just because 7 of 9 had great tits. Chris B for $5. Edit. Sorry, I meant Threshold. One of the very worst. Not Tapestry. Okay, Tapestry is one of the greatest episodes ever. You're right. Threshold is better than anything outside of Picard season 3, and I don't know. There are some bad original series episodes, but I still like them. They have character, There's so much imagination involved and creativity involved in those. And I love when people watch it for the first time and they think it's just going to be some stupid 60s thing, and they go, wait a minute, this show's kind of deep. And it's like, yeah. All right, last one. Jake, the Movie Geek, for $4.99. Hey, Gary, I want to get into Doctor Who franchise. Where should I start? Episode 1 of 1963. What season does it start going woke? It starts going woke in season 9, like completely. It ekes in before that, but 9 is where it just fucking goes crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I always recommend like, hey, do the new Who first and then dive into classic if you've never, because like it's an acquired taste and you would have to be around, but certainly start with number 1. A lot of the episodes are missing still. But yeah, definitely start with New Who and then go back and you'll like really understand and appreciate the Doctor more. The classic episodes are fucking, the rewatchability is so great on those though, for me.
And Tubi has a lot of the old seasons of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oddly.
BritBox does too.
BritBox, Roku fucking streams them all day. There's a Doctor Who channel.
Yeah.
Sporticus Live for $2. Gavin Newsom is clearly Randall Flagg. Yes. So we got like 6 more. We'll get those. No, we got more than that. We got like 10 more. So we'll get those in a square up or, we'll get them in a square up, which I'm hopefully going to do Thursday night. When are you home, X-Ray Girl?
Sunday.
Okay. So we can't game. We can't game until X-Ray Girl gets back. So I'll just do a regular Square Up Thursday night. Okay. So that'll be 8 or 9 p.m. Central. Got to go real quick. Chris, what do you got coming up, brother?
Hollywood on the Rocks, 1 p.m. In a couple hours from now. Go to the Film Threat YouTube channel. Big stuff we're going to break on the show. And my buddy, WGA writer, the long list of credits, we're going to talk about the DEI stuff. He has a few thoughts as someone working in the industry. So there you go. Yeah. Big show. Please be there.
Yeah.
It's going to be lots of chikes on the show. Lots of chikes.
Lots of chikes. Hey, Oscar show. I can't wait. I got my tuxedo ready.
Oh, good. Oscars watch party that's coming up March 10th.
Oscars watch party March 10th. Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Alan's going to be in Texas. He's going to be at South by Southwest.
Oh.
In Austin.
He'll be in Austin. That would require me to drive up to Austin to go see him. He should come see me at my house.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He should stay at my house.
He's really like going in and out. He's actually staying with a viewer of the channel, which is pretty cool.
All right.
That's
very cool.
Yeah, so cool.
I drove through Austin last night on the way back from Dallas and was very happy to get away from it. Yeah, California City, Texas. What do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
I have Poor Choices tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to go back to the beach to tan some more. And say hi to Carrie. We're sending you to Carrie after this. Carrie Smith.
Excellent. Kevin has donated $2. Thank you very much. Mega Reacts for $2 says, Miranda, the last one, Piston for €6. This is a happy Valentine's Day, Gary. Happy Valentine's Gay.
That's gay.
That's gay. When did you know without question you wanted to divorce your old wife and later on in life marry Mrs. Nerdrotic? I don't know. When did I don't know if I want to answer that question. You know, yeah. Things just didn't work out between, sometimes things just don't work out, right? She didn't do anything bad. She's a good person. It just didn't work out. We didn't have a lot in common. That was it. It's kind of the saddest way to go. But I wish her all the best. I hope she's doing great. And quite frankly, I hear from more people on other content creators obsessed over this channel and the people around it than I ever did for my ex-wife. But I was never going to get married again, ever. I was done with the whole institution. I was like, forget it. No way. But then, Mrs. Nerdrotic came back in my life, who I knew when I was a teenager. So I'm all, she knows all the dirt and she still likes me. So that's cool. And we always had the spark, even back in high school. She'd break up with me, but she'd always come back. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Then she'd break up with me again.
They're so cute in person. And seriously.
She's awesome.
Your wife is awesome, Gary. You're very lucky.
Love her.
Very lucky.
And now I'm going to take her to Madam Web.
Have fun.
Peace out, everybody.
Take care. Awesome.
Bye.
Later.